Chair now recognizes Mr. Mills for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Madam Ambassador, in an interview with Foreign Policy magazine, you stated that you're going to reward it or you're going to hold people accountable for not doing it with regards to DEI. Can you please explain what that means and how is it being rewarded and how are people being held accountable?
So it is my strong belief that DEIA is an essential element of good management and leadership. It means getting the best out of all of your people. It means putting in place a level playing field so that those with desire and ability can serve and do it well without distraction. Because that's what, whether it's microaggressions or discrimination, harassment, bullying, all of these toxic work issues, it's distraction from the job at hand.
Now, I noted that you continue to punt towards the Office of Global Talent Management, and you list building a diverse workforce as a key focus and is demanding the bulk of the department's request. Again, you're asking in the fiscal year 24 for a $76 million budget, but you're actually allocating $55 million, the bulk of that, over to the Office of Global Talent Management. But my question is why should Congress fund an office that many Americans believe is counterproductive to the mission of the State Department, which is to protect and promote the U.S. security, prosperity, and democratic values through international policy?
I would say probably lack of understanding of what we do and how well we do it. We are a convener. We bring together, looking into issues. As I said, we don't resolve specific problems, but we bring together the different elements within the building, provide. An example, of course, is this Deputy Assistant Secretary change, where it was my office that led the improvement of transparency and accountability, leveled the playing field for that. That process has been in place presumably for many years. That is what we found to be the case when we arrived. Global Talent Management has been around forever, other bureaus, and so they didn't get after it. We are looking at it. This is our job to ensure, to look after where the playing field is not level. No one else has that specific focus and portfolio.
Ma'am, I apologize, but lowering the standards on test evaluations, for example, isn't getting the best and brightest, as has been pointed out. And I will also say that, you know, I sit on the House Armed Services Committee as well as this committee here in the Foreign Affairs. And it's very clear that the DOD, for example, has seen recruitment shortages. And the Biden administration has continued to look at their focuses on being DEI in our military or in our departments, or ESG with in regards to corporations, or CRT with regards to our children. And we're seeing where this is a huge deficit as a whole. I can tell you, you can't combat racism with racism, regardless of skin color, gender, or political affiliation and ideologies. And I can tell you that for me, the Department of State should be focusing its security on the ideas of prosperity, Democrat values, international diplomacy. And that's why I think that what they're trying to do within your department and within the Office of Global Talent Management is not only counterproductive and contrary to American goals, but I myself would never vote in favor to allocate a single dollar towards these types of things that I find to be divisive. And so I can tell you, with my remaining time, which I will be handing back over because I don't think there's any further discussion to be had, I wish you well in your retirement, but I can assure you that not a single American tax dollar will be voted on by me to continue to fund diversity, equity, and inclusion, as opposed to promoting meritocracy and America's equal opportunities. With that, I yield my time.
May I answer?
Yes, please, ma'am.
Thank you. I would ask the congressman to consider that since factually there are many people who have come through to senior positions, successful, productive careers without taking the written exam, if anyone could be identified, who knows who took the exam or what score they got. It's not a predictor of success. It is part of the process. I have been an examiner. I led the oral assessment And so know the people who got through the written exam, who got through the essays, who got through the qualitative evaluation paragraphs. I forget what the P stands for. It is a whole process, not just a written exam. And I know that you don't know who took it and who didn't. You can't judge someone's success on that. You can't judge. Thank you.
Gentleman's time has expired.